Hey everyone, welcome to Coaster Camaraderie. Today, I'm yet again starting another new series, and I'm going to title this series, Ranking the Models. In this series, I'll be looking at a manufacturer and ranking all of their models in existence. For the inaugural video of this series, I will be ranking the models of Bolliger and Mabillard. Bolliger and Mabillard, or B&M, is a Swiss coaster manufacturer responsible for a current total of 11 models. The stand-up, sit-down, floorless, invert, dive, family invert, wing, flyer, hyper, giga, and most recently, the surf coaster. Today, I'll be ranking these models. Without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Honorable mention, the surf coaster. I left the surf coaster as an honorable mention because we still don't know exactly what it is yet. We're pretty sure it's a form of a multi-launch coaster, but until we know exactly what the surf coaster is, I can't give it a proper placement. Number 10, Family Invert. This is currently the newest operating model by B&M, and their smallest. From my understanding, this is B&M's answer to Vekoma suspended family coasters. However, if a park had to choose between the new Vekoma suspended family coasters or the B&M Family Invert, they're most likely going to go for the Vekoma. Why? The price. Although the B&M Family Invert is small in scale, the price for one is assumably really high for a family coaster. There are only 2 of these coasters in existence, and both of them are at Happy Valley Parks in China. On the other hand, Vekoma has a lot of family suspended coasters around the entirety of the world. I would really love to see one of these B&M Family Inverts come to the United States. However, I think that their price and the presence of Vekoma is what's not going to allow the B&M Family Invert to come to the US. Number 9, the stand-up. This is commonly known as the absolute worst coaster model by B&M. Yes, they are painful, but not all of them. The main one that comes to mind is Georgia Scorcher at Six Flags Over Georgia. I haven't been on a stand-up personally, so I'm going purely based off of what I've heard from friends and my personal speculation. Anyways, most of these coasters have actually been converted into floorless coasters. Notable transformations include Apocalypse to Firebird at Six Flags Great America, Vortex to Patriot at California's Great America, and Mantis to Rougarou at Cedar Point. 2 of the remaining stand-ups are Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure, and of course Georgia Scorcher at Six Flags Over Georgia. There have been new patents for a new stand-up restraint by B&M, so maybe this coaster is getting ready to make a comeback. Number 8, the standard sit-down. This is your standard roller coaster. Standard trains, 4 seats per row, 8 rows, and a floor. Essentially what I'm saying is that this is what comes to most people's minds when they hear the term roller coaster. These coasters are super smooth and super intense. These coasters focus on inversions and positive G-forces, and they execute those forces extremely well. Some notable B&M sit-downs include Wildfire at Silver Dollar City, the new Decepticoaster going to Universal Studios Beijing, Hulk at Islands of Adventure, and Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa. While 2 of the mentioned coasters are launched, Decepticoaster and Hulk, the experiences on all the sit-down loopers are basically the same. They're all great rides, yet not the most innovative. It's honestly too bad that this model kinda died out. Number 7, the dive machines. The general consensus among the coaster community is that the B&M dive coasters are one-trick ponies. Personally, I'm on the contradicting side. There's so much more to these coasters besides their first drops. The exception to this is Oblivion at Alton Towers, the first dive machine. This coaster climbs its lift, drops, and turns back into its station. That right there is a one-trick pony. Some other notable dive machines are Valraven at Cedar Point, Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland, Valkyria at Liseberg, and SheiKra at Busch Gardens Tampa, the first dive coaster in America. These are all fun coasters with awesome elements. The newer dives, such as Valraven and Yukon Striker, have multiple inversions and hold records. However, the main gripe with the newer dives is the vest restraints. If these didn't have vests, the dive coaster would be higher on this list. Number 6, the wing coaster. This is a really interesting model, yet it's not unique to B&M. Intamin debuted their Wing Rider model with Furious Baco at Portaventura. However, the B&M model is far superior. Some notable wing coasters are Gatekeeper at Cedar Point, X-Flight at Six Flags Great America, Flight of the Demon at Heidi Park, and Thunderbird at Holiday World. The elements on these coasters are awesome, such as their wing-over drops and the near-miss elements. Some of the most famous near-miss elements are Gatekeeper's keyholes and the barn that houses Thunderbird's inline twist. While wing-over drops are fun and thrilling, in my opinion, most future wing coasters should feature a launch like Thunderbird's. Personally, I haven't done Thunderbird, but just the thought of being launched while essentially hanging off the side of the track is exhilarating. Number 5. The Floorless Coaster. This is one of those models that was a huge deal for a few seasons, then ultimately died out, which is unfortunate for this model because it's a great, unique model. This takes your classic looping coaster and rips the floor away. Some notable floorless coasters are Hydra at Dorney Park, Hell Hydra, Dominator at King's Dominion, and Kraken at SeaWorld Orlando. These coasters provide the same experience you'd get on a standard sit-down coaster, just without the floor. The most recent additions of this model have been the conversions of stand-ups to floorless. The reason this model ranks above the wing is because of the overall intensity of floorless coasters and the standard over-the-shoulder restraints. Face it, vest restraints kinda suck. Number 4. The Flying Coaster. What an awesome model. These coasters absolutely give you the sensation of flight. Notable coasters of this model are the Superman Ultimate Flight clones at various Six Flags parks, Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and the world-famous Flying Dinosaur at Universal Studios Japan, and finally, of course, Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. One thing all these aforementioned coasters have in common is their extremely intense pretzel loops. To my knowledge, the only B&M flying coaster in existence without a pretzel loop is Galactica at Alton Towers, but please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyways, the flyers provide positive G-forces that are out of this world. These coasters are also some of the most photogenic coasters out there, especially the bank turn over the water on Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. It's a shame a new one hasn't been built since 2016. Hopefully we'll see another one soon. Number 3. The Invert. This is the coaster model that really put Bolliger and Mabillard in the spotlight of the amusement industry when they came out with Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great America. Since then, B&M has constructed many other world-class inverts, such as Alpengeist, Raptor, Dueling Dragons May It Rest in Peace, and my home park's invert, Montu. These coasters are often classified as B&M's most intense coasters. Some of the most notable elements on these coasters are the fast-paced layouts of the Batman clones, Alpengeist's Zero-G Roll, Raptor's Double Helix, and Montu's Batwing. Not only are the inverts intense, but they are also exceptionally smooth. Well, except for Banshee, but that's not B&M's fault. Sorry, Banshee. Anyways, these are all just outstanding attractions. They all provide outstanding positive Gs, with scattered negative G-forces. Unfortunately, only 2 have been built since 2010, but I'm hoping for more to come in the future. Number 2. The Hypercoaster. One word for these coasters. Airtime. These coasters are known worldwide for their outstanding floater airtime. Some of the most famous coasters of this model are Candymonium, Nitro, Diamondback, Apollo's Chariot, Mako, and Shambhala. Each of these coasters has their standout airtime points. Nitro has its first camelback, Diamondback's camelbacks overall, Apollo's pre-lift in the back row, and the camelback, Mako's 5-second floater hill, and Shambhala's speed hill. This is one of B&M's most popular models, with 18 hypercoasters currently in operation worldwide. All of the B&M hypercoasters are custom layouts, no clones, meaning you'll get a different experience on each of their hypers. These are also extremely smooth, and definitely one of their best models. Number 1. The Giga. B&M is loved by all coaster enthusiasts, mainly because of their Gigas. B&M's Giga collection includes Leviathan, Orion, and the world-famous Fury 325. The Gigas are known for their gut-busting drops, insane speeds, and, of course, their airtime. All of this is made even better due to the simple clamshell restraints. It's crazy that a restraint can make or break a ride. These coasters are some of the few coasters by B&M that have unique elements. Some of these include the treble clef on Fury 325, the huge wave turn on Orion, and the second bank turn on Leviathan. These coasters are also exceptionally smooth and provide excellent forces, both positive and negative. These coasters typically have the longest lines in their respective parks, and rightfully so. These coasters often find themselves high on enthusiast overall rankings. And that does it for the ranking. Let me know what you think of my list. If you'd like, follow me on Instagram at Coaster Camaraderie. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.